Hello and welcome all into the MO podcast. You're here with me, as always, Consummation San.
And me, Atreya.
And today we have a returning guest. Special guest is Novadom.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. And we're going to be talking about some goblin thing, apparently. It's a...
Want to try saying the name?
You know what? A Tokoloshe.
Yeah, that's actually good. Good one.
There you go. See? Done it. Eat that, cat. Can pronounce things. Slagging me off for my non-pronunciation of stuff.
Norwegian.
But only 11 people speak that, so what's the point? You know. Anyway, yeah. So, the Tokoloshe, what is it and why?
Why?
Yes,
Why?
Just why?
Why is it?
I mean, very much why with some of the info that I found. All right, so I guess let's just start off with the basic definition of what I could find for the Tokoloshe. And for those that are listening, it's pronounced Tokoloshe, Tokoloshe, or more locally as a Tokolose.
Swoon.
If I could just say that
Sorry.
word and people would swoon, I'd be very happy.
That makes me thirsty.
Drink some water.
I think you'd need to move from where you are, because surely everybody sounds like you. So if people swooned when they heard you say that, everyone would swoon all the time, constantly, nothing to get done. I mean, I've seen your government, so maybe that is what happens. But
Low blow.
If it makes the shopping lines shorter, I'd
Somebody
be
put
very happy to continue with that.
just in the queues, whispering it in their ear, and then they pass out. You just walk past them like that. Well,
Yeah, I mean, I'd never be able,
My
never
turn
wait
now.
for pizza ever again.
I think we should try it over here, Aunt.
yeah. See how far that gets you in Spa.
Co-op. Tokoloshe. It's punched in the face, broken nose. Wasn't an insult.
What'd you call me?
Yeah. I think that'd be more to the point.
But yes, so the Tokoloshe in general is very much based in the Zulu or Xhosa mythology.
Ooh, there we go. That's what I want.
I mean, that's how you pronounce it. Like, one of the languages in South Africa is called Xhosa, but it's spelled with an Xhosa. So usually that's combined with a clicking
Can't
noise.
do that.
Like, some people would say Xhosa, but I've heard it pronounced as Xhosa.
It sounds so awesome, though. I love it. I can't do it, but it sounds amazing.
But yes, so we have this little Tokoloshe creature based in Zulu mythology. It's apparently a dwarf-like water sprite. According to the culture, it is considered a mischievous and evil spirit that can become invisible by drinking water or swallowing a stone.
Makes sense.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
What would you rather, swallow a stone or just take a glass of water?
I mean, if you're out in the desert, you gotta adapt.
Well, I thought it was a water sprite. What would a water sprite be doing out in the
Very
desert?
lost.
Surely it's so much easier to go, how about I
yeah.
just open my mouth right now and I'll go invisible? Or I could just go back underwater.
Oh man, if they discovered bottles.
And they're just out in the desert drinking a bottle of water and just going invisible
Yes.
for the crack.
Yeah, but how is being invisible going to help them in the desert? It's not like transportation, is it? They're not going to materialise somewhere else. They're just still in the desert. They're just invisible now.
And have you ever been in the desert? It's like the fucking M6, mate. It's heaving. So many people, so much traffic. All them
Got to hide
camels.
from all them camels.
Yeah, the camels. It just wants to ride the camels without them noticing.
Camel's like, I don't want to go this way, but somehow I'm being steered
It
this
feels
way,
like
and I
something's
don't
riding my
know
back.
how.
So would that be camouflage?
Leave.
Wow. Okay. I wasn't expecting that much tumbleweed, but okay.
No, I was
it's
just
fine.
experience physical pain. You're not.
Yeah, I mean, you tried. You tried.
I did.
Atreya.
I thought it was
You're
good.
not even a dad.
It's alright. I was just about to say it's fine. I will save it for my dad.
Your dad will appreciate it.
Out of context, that sounds so awful.
Guess what's getting edited there?
It's just clip Anyways,
Oh God, you both suck.
so yes, like I said, it's a mischievous creature, so turning invisible is quite a fun thing to be if you just want to cause some shit.
Okay.
But yeah, so it says here that at its least harmful, a Tokoloshe can be used to scare children, but its power extends to causing illness or even the death of a victim.
Okay.
Yeah, so it can either just be used to scare little Timmy into behaving or kill your mother-in-law.
So it's got a wide range of uses, I suppose.
Yeah?
Does your mother-in-law have to be near water, though?
I mean, if she has a glass of water with her, though, that's going to be a problem.
Well,
Okay.
no, it's not. It's not her that turns invisible. It's not going to be that much of an issue. It's the water sprite that turns invisible. But can the water sprite go down into a glass of water? Like, can it just, make itself small enough to fit into a glass of water? Or are we going to have to lead the mother-in-law out to a huge body of water?
I'm pretty sure you could just take a sip. I'm pretty sure that your mother-in-law would have a tap in her house.
What, and
So
the water
ca-
sprite can go through the plumbing?
Yeah?
Is it just like, as you turn the tap
Oh,
on,
okay.
this thing plops out? Well, all right.
Okay, so I had a much more magical, fantastical vision in my head of this water sprite that was much like the kind of things that Kat would tell us about. I didn't actually think like it was just some weird little amoeba going through your plumbing works.
Oh no, this thing is not like a fantasy sprite at all. Based on some of the descriptions, the little goblin thing, like it's like a blackish brown thing. No comment?
Okay.
That was a long silence. I was expecting a comment on that. Anyways,
Oh, we were both just visualizing it coming out of a tap, that's all.
Yeah.
yeah.
So therefore, do the plumbers in South Africa get paid danger money?
I don't think so.
Right.
They should be asking for that. We do have unions.
Just try to unblock a sink and this goblin jumps out at you like, whoa, found your problem.
Oh no, it's drinking water! Run! but yeah, so apparently Tokoloshes are called upon by malevolent people to cause trouble for others, which can now, of course, as we know, stretch from scaring little Timmy to killing your mother-in-law.
I don't know whether scaring a kid constitutes as being malevolent or, I'm a terrible, horrible, malevolent person. Shut up.
Depends how it does it, doesn't it, really? I mean...
Oof.
So how do you call on them then? Turn your tap on.
I took a note of this. So, apparently what happens is somebody that's just jealous. Like they say here that the client, usually a jealous person, would approach an evil witch doctor, a shaman or sangoma. Sangoma is a local term for a healer in the country.
That's a bit of a...
Yeah, it's a bit of a contradiction.
I'll go and see a healer to kill somebody.
Yes. So yes, this jealous person would then go to these people to take vengeance on someone. So the client has to promise the soul of a loved one, but they cannot choose who, as the Tokoloshe will choose the soul it decides to take.
So this is a bit of a double-edged sword.
Yes, you're going to be like, all right, here you can have a soul of a loved one, whether that's Granny or my firstborn child. It's up for the Tokoloshe to decide how he's feeling that day.
So it seems, yeah.
Yep.
I don't know whether I'd risk it.
I mean...
Well...
Yeah, it's a loved one. Remember that. It won't do anybody that you hate. Keep that in mind. Mm-hmm. You use it against somebody you hate. Let's put it like that.
So in order to hurt or kill somebody that you hate, you've got to offer up somebody that you love.
Yes.
How much do you have to hate somebody?
I depend. It depends on how you're feeling. I guess if they took your parking spot, that's probably worth it.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I think the question needs to be asked, it depends how much you dislike your loved ones. I mean...
You can tell our different families, can't you?
Do you know what? He's took my parking spot. I don't really like Grandma, so where's the Sangoma around here? Right.
I love that proper mank. Where's a Sangoma around here?
I just pictured and like in the parking lots over here, somebody just took a spot and he's like, "Where's a Sangoma over here?"
Yeah, mate. Sangoma. Do you know where?
You could legit probably ask some locals; they'll show you to one. I'm not kidding.
What? That's not a thing.
It's quite a common practice. Like
what?
Not a common practice professionally. It's a common practice among like the tribes that are here in South Africa because we still have tribes. Like the Zulu culture, as I said, like is very much on top of that.
Yeah, but surely even the tribes have like some kind of law.
I do not know
You can't just go around getting goblins to kill people and then having your relatives die at the same time. Surely the line has to be bloody drawn somewhere. Somebody's got to go. Now this isn't right.
Yeah, but it depends, doesn't it? Because I don't think the witch doctor's going to tell anyone what they're doing, and I don't really think the person first wants the Tokoloshe to appear is going to tell anyone in particular, are they? So if it was an unfortunate accident near water, just gets pushed down to that, doesn't it, really?
Yeah.
Unless you're superstitious and you knew that somebody from in your tribe or from an opposing tribe had a bit of a bee in their bonnet about your Uncle Charlie who just mysteriously died in a horrible drowning accident, you know, and you're like, yeah, I see what's going on here. And then this could start all-out war.
Yeah, but it's circumstantial evidence, isn't it? It's not... You don't have hard evidence of it, so...
Well,
it's just he says...
They believe in goblins coming out of taps. I don't think hard evidence is really in the equation here.
It's just one word against the other, isn't it? Oh, I mean, yeah.
Oh, man, we found this dead body next to this lake. There are clear signs of drowning. Must have been the Tokoloshe.
Must have been.
That's what I mean.
Get the plumbers
Who
in.
hated this man? Get the plumbers in. But yeah. So a jealous person's just like, I want this person dead, and just gives up a soul of somebody random. It's a gamble. So what then happens when the deal is struck, the witch doctor would then locate a dead body to be possessed, piercing the eye sockets and brain with a hot iron rod so that it cannot think for itself, and sprinkling it with special powder, shrinking the body.
So they get a Barbie, is what you're saying.
Yes. So they shrink, they pierce the body's eyes and brain and then sprinkles a special powder. Could be cocaine, who knows? And then the body shrinks. And then the Tokoloshe comes and then possesses the body and uses that as its main mode of transportation.
Right.
Okay.
How small are we talking about the shrinking then? Because it's bad enough I got goblins coming out my taps. That's not a euphemism. But I've got a goblin dressed in a tiny dead body coming out my taps. That's just unhygienic.
And isn't anyone going to notice the hole in the head, for a start, that's pierced the brain? And like,
or their tiny dead relative coming out of the
shambling
comment.
down the street. Like, what's up with Auntie Jane?
I mean, that's why they drink water. They can walk down the street if they just carry a bottle of water with them. It all makes sense, doesn't it? It all fits too well.
Well, you say that.
I mean, like, you know, I would just absolutely lose my shit if I like saw my tiny Auntie Jean coming out of my kitchen tap. I'd be like, holy fuck! This tiny little version of my Auntie Jean just come out of my tap and launched itself at my face. It was fucking hilarious. You guys are weird.
Then you're gonna be like, all right, Aunt, ha ha, funny. and Aunt's mother-in-law's just dead in the street.
I mean, it's a lot of work to go to, isn't it, really?
I mean...
As opposed to just paying a hitman to, you know... take your relative out. This is a lot of hard work.
Yes, it's a lot of effort, isn't it? And the funny part about this is the Tokoloshe, after it's been let loose and summoned to terrorize its target, it takes its soul payment at any time. It could be within days, weeks, months, or years.
Yeah.
It's that I know that noise. I hear that noise so often. That's the skeptic noise.
I mean,
Yeah, that's the skeptic
oh yeah,
noise.
because this was believable up until that point.
Yes, 100%.
So I mean, that makes the trade a little bit more bearable then, if it's at any point, because it's a gamble. It could be in like 50 years' time.
I mean, you're doing 2 dice rolls here. The first dice roll is basically who it is, and then the second is when.
Here we go, Dungeons and Dragons dice rolls. God.
You know?
Yeah.
Let's
Here's-
not
here's
go
a
into
D&D.
that. This is not the type of podcast for that.
I use my spirit.
But
Sorry.
Oh, somebody put 50p in the dickhead.
Yes. Yeah. It is two gambles, isn't it? Really. And it's a lot of, like Atreya said, it's a lot of work just to get to a point when you can just stab someone up. Really.
It'd be less effort to just literally walk up to them in the supermarket and stab them in the face.
yeah, but that could make you go to jail, though.
Could it though? Could you not just say, I was possessed by a larger Tokoloshe?
No, because you're supposed to then have a jab
I'm
in
doing
your eyes.
somebody else's body, and they only did it half-assed, so they didn't even jab me in the eyes or the brain.
I mean, the Tokoloshe, when it is summoned, does have some extra abilities. According to a quote from a Sangoma, very reliable.
As if they were quoted.
Yes, I legit wrote down a quote from this guy. Because
Like the journalist, can I quote you by saying that?
this was an article on News 24. You know what I'm going to call out? The journalist that wrote this article was Pumlani S. Langa. If you want to go at somebody, go after him or her.
No, I'm just going to interject now and say the Daily Sun, if is that a newspaper
God.
in South Africa, they actually have a Sangoma on their staff, and they
No!
they have it. They cover
Like
the
Mystic
supernatural
Meg.
of it.
They've got their own Mystic Meg.
So I can actually 100% agree that this is probably a direct quote.
Yes, it very much is. So the Sangoma said, like you can see the Tokoloshe. They can be very easily seen if they aren't eating their stones or drinking their water. So it enters your life by taking the form of something familiar. Many times when people come to me, he says, they speak of dreams that involve them having sex with a white man or woman.
Wow.
So one of the
Oh,
signs,
it's got to be bashing on the white people.
One of the according to the culture, one of the signs that the Tokoloshe is coming for you or has possessed you is that you're having dreams of having sex with a white man or woman.
Well, Nova, I just want to put it out there. If you have one of those dreams, it's not that you're getting possessed. It's that you've just realised that your feelings for me are real.
It's that time of your life. Things are going to change. You're going to grow hairs in different places. It's all natural.
Yes, at the ripe young age of 27, which is still young.
It's not.
If puberty only kicked in at 27, oh jeez.
Did you say no? It's not Atreya.
I did, yeah.
You know what that implies to both of you?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'm old, and Ant's really old.
Fuck's sake, right. Do you know what? I woke up the other morning, and usually I have some daft song going round in my head that I wake up to, and it's the first thing that I think of. But this morning was the first thing I thought was, fucking hell, I'm 40 years old. And that really knocked me for six. I was like, shit, I am old. So,
I'm going to.
Great.
I legit thought your realization was going to be that normally you wake up with a belter on, and this morning you woke up and you've realized it's a thing of the past, and that's how you know you're old.
Oh my god, no, oh god, when that stops happening, oh god, that's when it will be downhill. Oof. Oof.
That's when you start buying the pain meds for your lower back.
Do you know what, as well? This legitimately, the other day I was walking down the street and my knee and my back cracked at the same time, and I was walking like a pimp for like 30 seconds. And I was like, shit. Mold.
That's great.
Oh, it's going to be on YouTube somewhere, you know that, right?
Oh, that's great.
Creepy old guy walking like a pimp down the road in Manchester.
Oh god, I hope no one sees me. Ow.
I hope loads of people saw you and videoed it.
We need to find this man. I'm not sure if you just cried there or not.
It's between the two there, really. I don't know which one to choose, whether to cry or laugh. So I'm holding back the tears. Trust me. So anyway, right, Tokoloshe. Where were we up to?
I mean,
Sex.
we were up to the point where
That's
sex with white men and women were involved. Yes.
That's why my mind's gone blank. Right.
Focus, Ant. You're too old for that shit now.
So that's. God, I'd hate to find out what cracks if I tried to do that. God in heaven. Has to go to a chiropractor after that. God. So yeah, sex.
Were you crushing some Coke cans in your room the other night?
Oh god.
You wanted to ask?
No, I just wanted to move the conversation on from me being old. That's all.
Okay, and then we went straight back, like a rubber band.
We did.
Yeah, indeed. So, this is a great idea. Having guests on, it's fucking bad enough with a tray, and never mind another one.
What's that supposed to mean? I resent that comment.
Resent it as much as you want. Statement of
I
fact.
thought we were friends.
Whatever gave you that impression?
Bellend.
See?
Called you a bellend.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I mean, speaking of bellends, I think let's add a little background to the origins of the Tokoloshe. So, according to what I found, is the advent of the phantom Tokoloshe. It came about through indigenous Southern African folklore to explain why people inexplicably died while sleeping in their rondavels at night. Quick clarification, a rondavel, or a rondavel, or however you want to pronounce it, is basically like a hut. So what they would do is, because it's like cold, it's like desert-like areas, it would be cold at night, so they would then make a fire inside this hut. And keep in mind, this is many years ago, so they would just build this hut out of like clay and then make a fire in the middle of it and sleep in there to stay warm. So what would happen is people would inexplicably die sometimes, or wake up like extremely woozy or fatigued after some nights. Of course, now we know what the reason is, you know, the carbon monoxide that's made from the fire would just hang around and people would suffocate.
Oh yeah, never thought of that.
Yeah, because
Just as well I don't live in a hut.
they didn't make like fire prevention measures. They just threw a fire in the middle and went to bed.
I mean, yeah. There's no point putting a big old hole in your roof. Might let the carbon monoxide out, but it'll also let the heat out.
Yes, exactly.
We
You
want to be
want to
nice
keep
and
the heat in.
toasty. we want to be nice and toasty in Africa, where the temperatures are usually 40 degrees.
Yeah,
I mean-
so
In fairness, many of these people were never cold again.
That's true.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
So it did work to an extent, but
Yeah, so I decided to add this because I'm a major nerd, and for the for all of the nerds listening out there to the podcast. So I know some people would look up as to whether carbon monoxide is lighter or heavier than air. The article states that it's heavier, but that's wrong. Carbon monoxide is actually a little bit lighter than air, but it's not light enough to get lifted up. So what would happen is the fire would form carbon monoxide, and then it would just hang around, like on the floor area where everybody was sleeping. That's why people were suffocating and dying. So, and that's what led to the superstition of the Tokoloshe. They were like, oh, the Tokoloshe showed up. Oh, they killed people that hut. Damn it. But, so in this folklore, they do state that sleeping in an elevated position, people didn't die. So this created the belief that, oh, if I lift my bed, take some bricks, put my bed on the bricks, I'm safe from the Tokoloshe, because people didn't die when they did that. But the reason they didn't die is they were elevated enough that the carbon monoxide wouldn't reach them. Because the carbon monoxide, even though lighter as air, just mixes on the level with the air. It doesn't go up, but it doesn't go down either.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's kind of why they have, raised beds across the world. Better than sleeping down by the fire.
Yes, the raised bed thing is the thing that I knew the most before I even looked this up, because I remember I remember some people mentioning that they put bricks under their bed, and some people joked about it, because that was added to avoid the Tokoloshe. Because he's a short shit and can't reach them. That's the reasoning. Oh, you're too high. I can't reach you.
Yeah, I read that in that article from the Daily Sun about putting bricks under the bed, but there was no explanation as to how it came about. It was just that he was a short little goblin and he couldn't seem to climb more than 2 bricks high. But that's interesting to know that that's actually where it's come from. That the people were dying and they just went, well, it's got to be a monster. Can't be anything like that big fire.
See, I have an issue with this, right? So, say that people are like, well, we should just raise our beds up on bricks, because then the little goblin guys can't get to us because they're super short. And then the people that are getting the dead body and poking it through the eye and the brain and then putting the powder on it that shrinks it down should just go, I'll skip the powder step, and then they'll be regular size. And then the fact that the bed is raised up won't make any difference at all. They can still kill the person that I need them to kill. Sorted, innit?
I get you.
No one think that far ahead?
I get you, but without the powder, you're basically baking a cake without sugar, and that's just awful.
There you go. Novadom 2021. You just have a shit Tokoloshe. If you did that, you need the sugar in the Tokoloshe.
Well, could they not have just armed all their little Tokoloshe with ladders?
I mean,
or pogo sticks, even.
If you're giving them ladders, you may as well give them a gun. Like, let's not be stupid. Just going crazy.
Just
Guns are very...
Yeah.
Guns are fucking loud, Ant. Think, yeah? You give the game away.
I mean, they could roll a grenade under the bed.
Yeah.
Well, that's even louder than a gun, isn't it? That's not really... It's not very stealthy, and it's certainly not very circumstantial, is it? It's not like, oh, it was an accident. He died in his sleep when a grenade rolled under his bed and blew him into about 50 million pieces.
That damn Tokoloshe. What a mischievous creature.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, what does the Tokoloshe care anyway? And how does it kill them?
That's the thing. There's not much details on how they died. Like the original deaths that like inspired it was carbon monoxide poisoning. So people were just dead on the floor.
See, that's stealthy.
Yeah, it's I guess it's a stealthy kill. But they just say he steals their life, or he stole their life.
See, stealthy.
Okay.
So I don't know. Maybe he just shows up and takes a straw and just like done.
Which again is a lot more stealthy than rolling a grenade under somebody's bed.
I mean, yeah, but then autopsies, are they not a thing?
What? Is the coroner well versed in noticing if somebody's had their life sucked out of them via a straw?
Well, I mean, I think he should be well versed in knowing what someone who looks like after they've sat on a grenade.
Yeah, and he'll go, do we think this was an accident?
Tokoloshe did that. I can tell you that right now. don't even need to examine the body. Look, his arm's over there.
The amount of episodes we've done on, and I really don't think you could get away with murder. You're not very good at this.
Well, I'm not gonna go.
I'll make it look like an accident. Grenade! That's not.
It's a double bluff. See?
Oh, he tripped over his grenade pin. Oh, what a damn shame.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some history in regards to the Tokoloshe, how it basically originated and how people still believe it to be. The method of banishing it is a bit obscured. Like, we know a prevention method is to put bricks under your bed and sleep in an elevated position, and he just goes like, damn it, and just leaves. But yeah, so
sounds like my window
apparently...
cleaner. Fuck, it's too high. I'll just go.
Just leave. But
Can't reach.
But yeah, so the Tokoloshe could be, they don't even say it's for definite, but it could be banished by a pastor. One that has specifically an apostolic calling. I don't know why it's so specific, but yes. Like an apostolic pastor would be able to banish it from the area. And then, of course, the people that summon it could be are able to banish it as well. So it's a I made you, I can get rid of you too situation.
Oh, okay,
yeah. To quote the Sangoma from earlier, he said, I know certain people use the blood of a black chicken to cleanse a person's body. I don't use a black one and never kill the chicken. I take just enough blood to place on my client's face and body. I then set that chicken free.
Wait. Face and body? That's a lot of blood.
Yes, I don't know how you get that to keep that chicken alive.
Yeah, how much blood has a chicken got in it anyway? Wow. Yeah, it's bizarre. I've just been reading this article, and the Daily Sun does seem like an awesome paper.
Don't read the Daily Sun.
So this woman, and it looks like a front page scoop, to be honest with you. But she lost a job, she lost a husband, she lost her house in 6 years of hell. Terror by Tokoloshe.
Well, this Tokoloshe really terrorized this woman.
Yeah, it walks into the house at night, insults her family in a scary voice. It throws stones at a window when it arrives, and it steals food and shits on the floor when it leaves. That's the first two paragraphs.
Insult
in that
to
article.
injury.
Yeah, it seems that the lengths that the Tokoloshe will go varies. Because for some cases, it just sounds like he shows up, kills you, and leaves. And now you hear about this one, is throwing rocks at your window, shit on your floor. This is like months and months of terrorizing.
And calling your family nasty names. Just like looking through your curtains and going, Oi, you ugly bitch.
Well, it sounds like a very obnoxious small person, this. Not. Yeah.
I'd be disappointed with my summoning if I had traded in a loved one for one of these guys to just show up at this person I hated window, shits on the floor and goes, you ugly bitch, and then and just disappears. I'd be absolutely wounded.
That's grandma, that. You take a grandma for that. You know. You'd have to go to another Sangoma and get a better one. So then you've got
losing relatives
exactly,
left, right, and centre.
you've lost another soul there.
Tokoloshe XL.
I need version 2.0 because this one's fucking crap. Needs an upgrade.
Shits on people's floors. This is not what isn't what the notepad said.
Not what I signed up for.
I mean, to be fair, it's not very nice waking up, one morning and finding somebody's shit on your floor. It's not nice at all, but it's the difference between having somebody shit on your floor and kill someone you didn't like.
Yeah. But, I mean, you did say at the beginning, like, there is a whole gambit of things that this Tokoloshe does to scaring children. Maybe that's how he's scaring the children. He's just shitting on the floor. And then they can't go to the toilet in the middle of the night in the dark because they don't know where they're standing. You stand in one of them, slip, fall. Oof. You'd be injured and you've got shit on your foot.
Yeah, and it's on your back and everywhere.
Jeez.
Damn
Exactly.
shame that.
Well, I feel like if it was going to really bother kids, it would like shit in their Cheerios or something. In the box, though,
Just as they pour it out a bit.
Yeah.
Add milk to that.
Or their Nesquik. How would they ever know?
I mean...
They might taste it.
The Nesquik cereal. Well, no, because they've already shuffled it in their mouth by this point.
Oh, true.
In fairness, they are quite small as well, aren't they, Tokoloshes? So, yeah, you'd probably never notice. I was thinking
Cocoa
of a
Pops.
human-sized dump. And,
The other question that comes into play is: do they like leave like a steaming pile on the floor, or do they do it like rabbits, just like marbles?
But it's not quite as effective, I guess, if it's rabbit poo.
I mean, have you
You know
tried to
what I
run
mean?
over marbles?
Yeah, but I don't know whether rabbit poo, like, you like cartoons and you kind of do that backwards run in the air thing before you end up like on your back. I don't think that's how rabbit poo quite works. But I wish it did. Make everything so much more entertaining. But I feel like it should be a big steaming pile of like wet soggy.
yeah, it should be like a proper...
I hope the listeners are enjoying our descriptive.
Yeah, we've gone into it for quite a long time now.
I hope everybody enjoys that.
Might have to put some content warnings on this, to be quite honest with you.
I mean, it's 8:00 in the morning. People will have already had their breakfast. It's nowhere near dinner,
Oh,
lunch,
Jesus
and it's nowhere near
Christ.
tea, so it's fine.
Imagine on the drive into work.
Get yourself a bowl of Nesquik and enjoy.
Oh man, I listen to podcasts. Oh, what do you listen to? Oh, I listen to the MO podcast. Oh, I see the latest episode. Something about a Tokoloshe. Yeah, you can listen to it. And you're just like 2 minutes away from this part of the podcast, and it's just hear us describing shit. And he's like, interesting. You listen to this?
What was that
Ooh,
recommendation?
this episode
man?
sounds really good. I had a mouthful of Weetabix. Oh, yeah, unfriended.
Speaking of shit, I am a segue master. So the Tokoloshe, this is actually some information that I was just like surprised about. Like, it apparently has a lot of influence in a lot of pieces of media.
Okay.
Like what?
So, like, I don't know if you guys know the comic strip Madam and Eve.
No.
No.
I'm not sure if it's local and international, but I know the comic very well. I thought it was international, but there are like constant running gags about the Tokoloshe in the Madam and Eve comic strips.
Okay.
Like, they constantly joke about it. And Kate, you might know this one. The band Die Antwoord.
Maybe?
Your sister loves them?
Does she?
Yes. Okay.
All right. I don't know everything about her, you know.
Wow.
All right. Anyways, so the video for Die Antwoord, a song "Evil Boy," features a Tokoloshe, so it appears in that music video. There's many here, but I highlighted a few specific ones that I think sound the most like relatable and that you might understand. So here it says, "Belief in the Tokoloshe is a major part of Gavin Hood's film A Reasonable Man." Nobody saw that? I didn't.
No.
I mean,
All right.
You're trying. I'll give you that.
All right, here's one. Here's a relevant one. The serial killer how do I read that? Oh, the serial killer Elifasi Msomi claimed to have been influenced by a Tokoloshe. Yeah, that's how you explain being a serial killer.
No, never heard of him.
I think he's more local.
Right,
Here it
okay.
is. Here it is. A Tokoloshe appears in every episode of the third series of the British TV show Mad Dogs, although only one character can see it, and it is left unclear as to whether it is real or a hallucination. At one point, the characters are told that if you see a Tokoloshe, it means somebody will die.
So now they're blurring legends here, aren't they?
Well, why have you seen Mad Dogs?
Well, I mean, briefly. I'm not like a long-term fan or anything, but I mean, like, you're going on along the lines of, like, banshees and stuff as well here, aren't you? Like, only the person who's going to die can see a banshee kind of thing.
Yeah,
Do
like...
you think they just thought that they looked scarier than a banshee?
You can see the mythology varies a bit. Like, it has its central line, but it sometimes goes off on one side and off to the other side. Because the one dude said, the Sangoma said, people can see it. And now this show says, oh no, only the one person saw it. Which I think then makes it a hallucination.
I think it makes it a lazy Tokoloshe. Why didn't it eat a rock or drink a glass of water? Or maybe it only drank half a glass of water. So like 99% of the room couldn't see it.
50% opaque.
Yeah.
And the other one that I took note here, there's two left. So, do you guys know the clothing company Salt Rock?
Yes.
No.
Ooh, so the Tokoloshe is the full name of Tok, the mascot for the English surfing and clothing company Salt Rock.
Well, I did not know that, but I'm currently Googling it right now. Salt Rock
that was such a fun fact to find. I was like, whoa, that's amazing.
Oh, it's adorable.
It's inspired by a little goblin man that kills people at night, so you know.
It definitely doesn't look like. Well, I mean, maybe is it. Actually, now you mention it, its eyes are a little bit like murderous. It's cute in a kind of terrifying way, I guess. It's got these huge eyes that, when you first look at it, you're like, oh, that's adorable, like I was, and then actually, you realise it's got dead eyes. Mm-hmm.
Did you look up the image, Ant?
I'm trying to find it, but Salt Rock.
Hajpash, I'll send it you. Ant. Forgot your name for a second there. There you go.
Are you enjoying this, listeners?
We need to put a little image on, don't we? On the video.
Oh, that's more work, and I don't know how to edit a video. Oh no, I'm not editing this. All right, go on.
Oh, okay. That's just a surfer dude. What the fuck?
It's a surfer dude that
doesn't
sucks
it look
your life out of straw.
It looks cute though at first, doesn't it? But then if you stare at its eyes long enough, it's a little bit murderous.
Yeah, it just looks like surfer dude.
Yeah, well, when you're dreaming about it cutting your cock off tonight, don't
Well,
blame me.
I'd have to dream about some sexy ladies sexing me first before I start dreaming about that. So, to be quite honest with you, I'll take it.
I think what I do need to maybe add to that is they specifically point out a white person because, like I said, it's a Zulu mythology, and the Zulu culture is basically black people. Like the majority of Zulu people are black. So if they were to dream of a white having sex with a white person, then they're like, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna die."
They'd probably die of devastation from white guy cock,
yeah,
I guess.
I mean, they've been fucked by the white man since fucking time began, haven't they? So it's not it's a spectre of doom, isn't it?
The Tokoloshe has been there since the beginning.
I just meant quite literal disappointment in white man cock.
Yeah, I mean,
if you want to, make an analogy out of it, that's also your prerogative. But I actually legitimately just meant
I know,
pure
but I was trying to
disappointment.
cover up my failings in that area and try and move it on into something else
right,
and pretend
okay.
like it's not a disgusting thing I have between my legs. But fortunately,
Oh, it's adorable. Not your work. Not. I don't. Yeah. I just.
Just be quiet. That
I know.
hole you're digging is pretty deep right now.
I know. Yeah. It's
and just FYI, I'd never
yeah.
describe something like that as adorable because even though you try to be nice, every bloke knows what you're going on about. It's like, yeah.
I meant your feelings about it were adorable.
Yeah.
Why do I do this to myself?
Anyway.
Yeah.
So the final thing here, because this is specifically an author. In her book, Taming the Tokoloshe, Through Fear into Healing, a Trauma Survivor's True Story, Mandy Bass recounts how she became a victim of violent crime when a college athlete on LSD broke into her home and brutally assaulted her. In this book, she shares details of the attack and her journey through healing, both of herself and the man who attacked her.
What's that got to do with the price of fish?
I don't know, maybe the man was possessed by the Tokoloshe, because it's titled Taming the Tokoloshe.
I think she's just taken something as a headline, as a title that will sell numbers there, rather than...
I think it sounds like a porno.
Yes, well, we know where your head's at.
Oh, you want to tame my Tokoloshe?
Taming the Tokoloshe.
Jesus. 50 Shades of Even
Come on, you
Greyer.
can see it now, can't you can see it now.
Ooh.
Yeah, well, yeah, no. Some kind of pervert goblin running round.
With dead eyes.
And a tiny white man's cock, apparently.
That's adorable.
So...
Oh, I'm going to have nightmares tonight.
On that bombshell.
Hey, what a great note to end on.
If anybody does know any of the references that Nova was talking about, please sound off in the comments and tell us, because I am clueless. To be quite honest
We
with you. But I didn't want to say that with him still here, but I can't do it without him. So, yeah, and thank you. Yeah, like, subscribe, and comment. It helps the algorithm, apparently. Yeah.
The algorithm.
But yeah, on that bombshell, this has been the MO podcast with me, Consummation Ant.
And me, Atreya. That's cute.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something. And me, Novadom.
There you go.
There we go.
Got it.
Good job.
Boxed. Right. Thank you all so much for joining, and we'll see you all next time.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
The MO podcast. The MO podcast.